Stampers. Is it Friday? I think it's Friday. Oh my gosh, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and this is Maker Mornings with Meg Friday edition. And today's project, I was putting it together and I thought, oh, I should wait till next week to show that. And then I looked and it's today. Today is the day to show it because the paper pumpkin refills for February kit, the Safari Celebration, are available now. And whether you got this kit because you are already a paper pumpkin subscriber or you didn't get this kit because you're like, yeah, it's really fun and you're gonna love today's cards. They're just gonna put a smile on your face. They are, if you have been watching my videos for a while, thank you. And you're gonna find that this month's paper pumpkin kit is the perfect like Meg Loven Stamp style because it just totally goes by all the principles that I teach you guys about design and focal point and all those kinds of things. And so the pieces are just right in there. So if you didn't get this kit, it's not too late. Today, the refill is available. Who knows for how long? Paper pumpkin refills are a perk of being a paper pumpkin subscriber. So if you're not a subscriber, what you're gonna wanna do is use the link in the video description to go subscribe. You can like cancel it after a month. I mean, technically you could cancel it before you get your kit, but be sure to sign up for Paper Pumpkin with the same email address that you shop with me with so that you can have access to these as refills, okay? All right, is that enough like lead up on the Paper Pumpkin kit? It's really cute. I'll show it to you in a second. One other thing to show, sweaters people ask. So this sweater is from Sonia Estep Designs. It's called the Danielle Cozy Cardi, and it's like one big circle with a like a band around it. So it was one of the first things ever made. And shirt is from Green Style Creations. Pattern is the, I forgot. It's like my favorite one. So anyway, it's from Green Style and both fabrics are from Walmart from the random mystery bundle bins. So ask me more about that if you want. So, all right guys, you ready for Paper Pumpkin? Super exciting. And hi everybody, Sue and Deborah and Margie and Susan and Kathy and Carol and Margaret and Tanya and Brenda and Trish and everybody. So man, it's like a Friday party here. So our Paper Pumpkin celebration is going to be even more fun of part of that party. So let's get our camera flipped down and get you guys all set up. And like I said, the cards that I'm going to show you today are adorable and a really fun way to make the most of this kit. They are based on cards. These are the card bases included. So these are the pictures of the cards as they're presented, and one of ours is going to be similar, the other one's going to be pretty different, but these are the card bases. So normally they would just fold in half, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do with those instead. There is a stamp set. Now the stamp set is included only if you got the original. If you didn't get the original, you're just gonna get the refill. You won't get the stamp or the ink spot, but that's okay. You can use another stamp set. And if you did get them, I'm gonna use them today, so you'll get some ideas. And then we get to the pieces in this fantastic little kit. And it includes the elephants, the roller skating elephants, the gazelles here with their cupcakes. There's one more set of characters. Where are they? These little monkeys. If it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. Anyway, I don't know if you guys know that song, but yeah, so these guys are monkeys. If it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. Even if it has a monkey kind of shape. If it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. It doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey, it's an ape. Wait, so are these? Anyway, thanks, Veggie Tales. Okay. And then you get 3 sheets of these like jungle pieces. You get these, which if you are thinking, oh Meg, that looks like a focal point balancer, focal point mat, you're right, that's gonna be great. And then you get these matching envelopes with prints on the front and the back, and then some pieces here for layering for your greeting. So like I said, this kit is right up our alley. And the, sorry, you didn't lose me. I had to go grab my sample cards. They got left on the other side of the room. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and start, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna add to this one package of basic white thick cardstock. So this is the heavier weight cardstock, which is the best for card bases and definitely an excellent choice for this card base because we're gonna make a pop-up easel card. So let me grab my trimmer and I'll show you the simple cutting here for our card bases. So let's do this one first. I'm gonna show you two versions of this card. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this down to 4 inches. Now there is a score line in the middle of this card, so I'm gonna go ahead and not get the score line. So I'm gonna cut 2 pieces because we're gonna use one for each of our cards. And then you can of course save your scraps. You're gonna wanna use those. And then cut this to 5 1/4, which is gonna be a mat, an inside mat for our card, and then this piece. And then I have a piece of the bumblebee or crushed curry, whichever color this is. I have to like see it next to other stuff to for sure know. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to that one. So you can save these little scraps, of course. I always recommend that. They make great scraps, like for the other day when we did our daffodil card with the layers ready to go. Oh, and if you are excited because you're getting a Loven Stamps card kit to go this month, those kits are assembled and ready to go in the mail probably today. So you can watch for that early next week to arrive. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a link in the video description to Loven Stamps card kits to go. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and take this cardstock. So I've gone ahead and cut this thick basic white to 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. So that's half of the card. And then I've scored in the center. And when you work with a thick cardstock, you definitely want to score. So I've got this to 5 1/2 and scored. I already did it. That's why it looks like I'm not. And then to make a pop-up easel card, you're gonna score again in half on just the card front. So that is 2 3/4 here for this card. So you can measure, or you can just remember, or you can just look in half. And then with thick cardstock, I find it's best to go ahead and take a bone folder and just get that edge burnished so that it stays really well. Now this is going to be our layer here for our card, and I'll go ahead and put this on. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it is exactly the size of the front of the card. And I'm using a strong adhesive, Fast Seal Plus or tear tape would be your go-to choices. And I'm gonna line this up here. There's a number of ways to line it up. I'm just going to set it here so that I know it's pretty straight on the bottom. Nah, that's not working. I'm gonna go this way and line it up here with this edge, and then I'm gonna slide it across. And if you get it a little crooked, you can always trim edges. So like this little edge I might trim. I'm not gonna worry about it for now. So now here is the card. This is gonna be the pop-up easel. It looks a lot like the, oh my gosh, Z-fold card that I've been showing you. So it's kind of the same idea, except we've added a full panel on the front, and our easel is gonna stand this way. And there are the perfect embellishments in this kit to make easel cards, so I'll show you those. But for the moment, just know that our card's gonna be vertical, and I'm gonna set this aside and bring in our card base. So which character to use? I think we are going to go with a gazelle. If you've ever seen the movie Zootopia, this song makes me think of the Try Anything. I can't remember what the song exactly is, but it goes through my head, and I'm gonna refrain from singing it. So I already sang one song about monkeys and chimps this morning, apes. Anyway, so you're good not to have to listen to another one. All right, so 3 shapes here for our choices for our focal point, right? Our gazelle stands out beautifully with this nice white border around it, but we want to add a shape, and I'm gonna go with a circle here. These are pierced. Now usually you have the stitch lines going down, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn mine up so that it shows just a little bit better. It's a very subtle look. And we're gonna go ahead and put this on here. So there is our gazelle and our focal point, right? So now it's less of like just sitting there perched somewhere random, and now it has a focal point. So like I said, Kit has great pieces. Now what to add to this? Yes, Susan, it's the song Shakira sings. Feel free to sing along yourself at home. I will spare you. It's try anything, right? Isn't that the name of the song? So that could be our motto for today's paper pumpkin kit. You should try everything, try anything. I don't know. It's very uplifting. It's fun music. So I'm going to go ahead and use Rich Razzleberry, which is the Stampin' spot. I'm going to use my big pad. So obviously, if you're getting this paper pumpkin refill today, which link is in the video description, you will want to add an ink pad to it since you won't get the spot or the stamp set. Now, all kinds of possible pieces here. Hey, Pam, for this like greeting. And so I decided to go with a happy birthday because she's got a cupcake, or he, who knows. Our gazelle friend has a cupcake, and I'm gonna go ahead and instead of putting this right in the center, you guys know me, I like to slide things kind of to one side or the other. So I am going to stamp happy birthday here. Now, a word about paper pumpkin stamping, you need to pause because you do not want to smear this ink, and it takes just a little longer to dry on the paper pumpkin cardstock than it does on basic white. So just be patient with it or be careful. So our little greeting is gonna go down here. So our gazelle fits on there and our greeting. And then there are these little accessory words. So if you have this paper pumpkin, you can take advantage of these. Otherwise, we have some other stamp sets that have like accessory backup words. So I have happy birthday, and I think that goes nicely with let's celebrate. And I got this idea from the paper pumpkin kit directly. So it was one of the samples. Let's see here. So there was this little thing here that said, you did it, let's celebrate. And I thought, I love that way that comes together. Sorry, maybe too close to be focused. I love the way that little match goes together. So we're gonna go ahead and use it on this one and pop a little thing on there. Susan says she watched Zootopia last week with her granddaughter, and it's try everything. Whew. Well, you have good timing, Susan. Thanks for being our go-to source on Disney movies this morning. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in a little bit more background because, of course, you know, we want to sort of like accessorize here. And so we're going to accessorize with some pieces from the little leaves sets. And of course, you can go with whatever you want. There are lots. Actually, if you figure there's 9 cards in this set, the refill is $10, by the way, which means $1 a card. Then you can use 3 leafy pieces for each of your card if you're trying to kind of portion them out. So let's go ahead. I think I'm just going to go with 2. So let's go ahead and do this with the little accents. And then I love the way this is bringing out the colors in her sweater. And I think this is a print that I would totally wear. I could make this sweater. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and pop these on. And when I make cards, I really, truly love to just lay everything out before I start to glue things down because it just lets us kind of look at where the pieces go together. Sometimes I'll swap some things out. I can test like different directions for things. Kind of like that. Or actually maybe, what if we do our let's celebrate, oh my goodness, I still have no fingernails from rock climbing last weekend. There we go. All right, and try everything. We'll try everything there. It's perfect for our card. Okay, I am happy with this. You guys like it? So now we want to go ahead and go back and put everything together for our project. And if you are not in love with these characters yet, we still have another card coming. So it hopefully will convert you, but I really do think that they're darling. So when I put pieces together, I like to add some dimensionals so that we have some extra pop-up space. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off and put some dimensionals here on the back. And the other trick that we have is that we are working with vellum. So we're going to need to allow for attachment points on our vellum that won't show from the front. So in other words, we wouldn't want to put a Stampin' Dimensional like out here on the back of the vellum because it would show as a big white hexagon, which isn't necessarily the look we're going for. All right, now I'm going to pick up this piece and go ahead and add some glue to it. I could show you guys here in a second. I used a ton. I didn't use a ton, but I had a big green lid glue, I sometimes call it, multi-purpose liquid glue project yesterday where I made about 300 little stars to go on plates for the jazz band dinner dance that is tomorrow night. So they actually turned out really cute. So I'll have to show them to you guys. Nothing like mass producing, right? Okay, then I'm gonna pop some more glue on the back of this one and stick it in. And then we'll get back to our dimensionals. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pop one on this side because it's gonna stick out over here. And then I'm going to put some glue here where I know that this little embellishment piece, this little layer is gonna go so that I don't have to add with another dimensional there because I don't want it to get up too tall. All right, so now we've kind of incorporated our background embellishment here. We've got our character, we've got our let's celebrate, which we're gonna put on at the end, but I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over now, and easily I can see where I can put my adhesive, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Seal Plus, which we're gonna use when we attach this layer, and I'll tell you more about that. And this is super sticky adhesive, so you don't need a ton. And now I can pop this baby on here. And last thing for our front is this little let's celebrate banner, which goes on a dimensional if you turn it the right direction. So let's see. There we go. Happy birthday, let's celebrate. So to add this to our easel card, we are going to bring our card back in. Make sure you have it facing the right direction. Remember, this is really simple. All you're doing is scoring in the center and scoring the front again. And then you're just gonna fold the front back and add another panel. So you can see that this panel right here is one long panel on the front, and then this is gonna go here. Now there's kind of a crucial part to an easel card, and that is that it stands up nicely and stays up so that somebody could put it like on their table or on their desk or something like that. It's kind of a card for display. So you wanna make sure your layers are nicely stuck down. You don't want them to fall off, which is why I've used Seal Plus to add that layer. And now we are going to work on the inside of our card, and I'm gonna use that, swap out that color and use the other card base piece from here to add some pieces here. So there's this cute little yay greeting, which is in your paper pumpkin if you got it. Next month's paper pumpkin, by the way, is the, I think I have a little flyer. It's the Beyond the Horizon one, which is super duper popular. It's matching a suite that is part of the January through June mini. And the suite, I think, is sold out. Parts of it are sold out at the moment. So know that if you get your March paper pumpkin, you'll have some great coordinating pieces since that one has been so popular. All right, so this piece, again, is going to go on with Seal Plus because you're gonna see that it's gonna get a little like pushy action here. And so this is perfectly nice to write on, not too dark at all for a pen. And then we're going to finish the easel card by giving this a place to pop up. Now, sometimes you can use, it's really traditional to use like a little popped up greeting or an embellishment of some kind, but to match this background paper, and because we have the perfect embellishment here, remember, open your pieces from the side, I'm gonna use these little glass beads, which are super popular. The glass faux sea glass is actually in the catalog too, the mini that came out, but it is also been so popular that it's not available right now. So this refill kit is a great way to get some faux, sorry, you probably can't see those very well. Can you see that better now? They're faux sea glass pieces. So here, they really just match the print of the paper and so forth. I don't know. You see those pretty well. They're really fun. They're like little, you know, frosted beads. And when you have your card, then it will kind of stick on that little bead there so that when you put it on the table, it just stays standing up, okay? So that is our easel card design. Here it is from the side if you need to kind of see that. And a really fun way to use these pieces from this paper pumpkin. So let's set that one aside. And I am going to bring in supplies to make one more. And oops, I meant to go this way. We're gonna make one more, and this time we're gonna swap, and we're gonna use our purple inside our card and our bumblebee on the front of our card. And so I'm gonna do another card base. Now this one I cut the opposite direction. So this one, yay, I'm glad you guys like this one. Yeah, it's honestly, the characters are really hard to go wrong with. They are adorable. And definitely not just for kids. I would totally send this to a girlfriend. It's just really fun. So this card base is cut 5.5 by 8.5, which is half of a card. You're gonna score at 4 1/4. And if you're measuring in this direction, you're gonna score at 2 1/8, which is half of the front, okay? Again, you want to use your bone folder to make sure that edge is burnished, and you're gonna fold the front back so that you have a Z-fold card. And if you have been watching videos, the one I did the other day was this Z-fold card with a daffodil. Daffodils only available until February 28th, which is Monday, so don't miss out on those. But you can see that here, we're gonna use a full card for the front instead of this smaller one. So this must be, I don't remember what episode this was, 250, 249, something like that. Anyway, when you do a Z-fold card like this, it's meant to go sideways so that it would sit up like this. When you do your easel card, it's gonna sit up like this so that you have that sort of triangle that gets created. All right, so assembling this part, I always put my adhesive on this side, not here, that way you know that you don't accidentally overlap and seal your card shut, which would be less of an easel and more of a puzzle card. And then I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the first card. I'm gonna line up right here on these edges and just bring my card across so that it is straight with our card base, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pop this one on the inside, and I'll do that first. And usually I stamp first and then layer, but we're gonna live on the dangerous side here. And let's see, we'll go ahead. I just stuck my finger in my ink pad. Handy that these pads are really good at getting ink off your finger, at least to the point where it's not spreading around anymore. And I almost did that sideways. That would have been bad. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put our little yay at the corner, and we'll add our easel here when we come back to this. So let's compose our front of our card. And for the front of our card, we are going to use a different critter. Let's go ahead and let's see, I didn't actually, okay, we're gonna do this one on the fly. So I haven't composed this card ahead of time. That way I can show you the third version. So this one is going to be our elephant, and we are, sometimes I call it reality crafting because it's like, I don't have the card planned, we're just gonna do it together. So we're reality crafting this guy, and let's see, I'm gonna use one of these square die cut-y looking ones, and I'm gonna flip it up so the stitches are showing. And then we're going to go ahead and pop this on here like that. Now, I think for our greetings, we have, I've got so many pieces here. There are a lot of pieces in a paper pumpkin kit. It is really fun. So this leaves a lot of space over here. So if you have been watching my videos, you know that a lot of times if I have this element, I like to kind of have sort of a horizontal line to our card to kind of keep things moving, to keep our interest point here going. And then we're just gonna leave kind of some blank space up here in the corner to kind of balance our little L shape here. And so now we're gonna need a greeting. So let's see, what greeting should we put on this card? We still have the stamps, you did it, fantastic, congratulations, happy birthday, you are so amazing. Let's just go with the you are so amazing because I already have those mounted. So you are so amazing. So I'm gonna bring in here, and I think that that will fit pretty well with our elephant skater friend. So amazing is gonna go kind of down here towards the bottom, which will leave us space for you are so. And I'm gonna kind of line this up to the side there. All right, you are so amazing. Now, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if that's gonna fit, I don't wanna waste my piece, and then I'll be short one, and just go ahead and stamp it on a piece of scratch paper and kind of make sure the spacing looks like what you want, and then you can stamp it on your real piece. But that's a great thing about the photopolymer stamps, is you can really see through it and see what you're doing. All right, so just like we did on our gazelle card, we have now, we want to add some embellishments. So I've got this sheet here, and let's see, I think that I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one since it matches our little elephant friend. But then I also really want to contrast, which I think is gonna be the purple, because this yellow would get lost on our background. So let's see, we're gonna use these here to kind of strengthen our focal point a little bit here with our greeting. And I think I'm gonna add one more since we get 3 per if we're gonna use up our elements. Sometimes I save some paper pumpkin pieces to do other things with. Honestly, I'm gonna make all of 9 of these cards because they're darling, and I definitely see myself sending these to friends. So, all right. And then that is going to fit kind of there. And then we're going to use our same trick to put these pieces together. Once you've composed your card, kind of get it set the way you want it. And I like our balance. I like having the empty space up here. I like having our characters kind of with our focal point and then our greeting. And then we're going to add some embellishments inside. So let's go ahead and peel this off one at a time. And I'm going to use a dimensional. I use a few dimensionals because our elephant is a decent size here. I guess a few is 2. And I'm gonna put our skater on here. Isn't this darling? Okay, so we had 80s throwback the other day. What decade throwback is our elephant? All right, now I'm gonna bring this off. And when I attach things that are hard to adhere, a lot of times I will just use Stampin' dimensionals because it really cements those elements, and then I don't have to work so hard to get the pieces to stick. And I bet I can put one more on here. All right, I know usually I use a lot less, but now I'm kind of sticking all these pieces from our little collage-y piece here together, so I want to make sure they stay. And I can slide our greeting here under our elephant. I've got this all straight, so now I'm going to keep our banner straight. There you go. All right, and then I'm gonna take this whole piece and flip it over, and now I know exactly where I can put my CO plus so that I am adhering all the elements. So remember, any place where you have that, any place you have the, what are these pieces? The panels from the front showing, then you don't have to worry about your adhesive showing through. Kelly says, happy Friday, what super fun cards. Yes, aren't they? They are adorbs. So if you got a paper pumpkin this month, you're all set. You can make some easel cards with it. If you didn't get a paper pumpkin this month, I just checked right before my video started, and they are available as refills. So just know that you have to, your email address has to be subscribed to Paper Pumpkin in order to get the refills. So that's easy enough to take care of, because the March kit is gonna be wonderful. I am certain that New Horizon Suite is, or On the Horizon Suite has been so popular. So I'm sure that the paper pumpkin will be great too. And you know, I'll give you alternate ideas for it, so not to worry there. All right, so now we have our easel here. Now, if I had thought ahead, I would probably have put the green on the inside of this one instead of the purple. But you know what, the purple goes nicely too. That's the great thing about paper pumpkin kits. All the pieces coordinate. So really, you can't go wrong. And then I have our little dots here, which of course match our paper background. And so I'm going to go ahead and pop 3. If you were really concerned about it, you could put a little one on each side so that your card would, you know, would catch both left and right side. I'm kind of a group of 3 person. You guys know that from watching my videos. And I love the way these look like little confetti that kind of go with our yay element there. So now our elephant card would pop right there and stick on that little jewel. All right. Yay, you guys like these cards. I'm so glad. Okay, so you want to see the third one with our chimp friend. It doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. Susan, did you watch that with your granddaughter? Anyway, that's from Veggie Tales. Silly Songs with Larry, if you are looking for that one. You could Google it. Silly Songs with Larry doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. All right, so here are our fun cards with our kit. So these are a fabulous way to make the most of your paper pumpkin. They use the pieces that are included. The only thing that I added to it was a pack of basic white cardstock. And so you will have lots of extra white cardstock to make your easel cards. But each one of these is designed to stand up. So you can, stand them. I've stood them a little bit less now because here, then you can see the fronts a little bit better. But they are a darling way to use your pieces, and definitely not just for kids. Anyone would be happy to get these fabulous cards. Now, if you are new to the idea of paper pumpkin, there's a link in the video description. You can learn more about how that works. I highly recommend it. It is so much fun, and every month I share paper pumpkin alternate project ideas. So even if you open your kit and you're like, this wasn't exactly what I kind of was excited about, know that I will share really fun ideas, kind of, like the ones we did today, that will help you use those pieces in another way. So paper pumpkin is always an amazing value. The price is bumping like $1 or $2, so it'll go to $22 a month. But for that cost, you get a stamp set, you get an ink spot, you get supplies to make usually 8 or 10 cards, and the envelopes to go with them. Oh, I didn't even put the envelopes with these. Yeah. So then there are little envelopes to match these guys. You can kind of mix and match and see what goes. Oh, here, I would do this with our elephant guy now because I wanted to get that green in to match. So now I would add the green envelope to go with it. Anyway, paper pumpkin is a really amazing value. You should also know if you sign up to be a demonstrator, which you have a couple more days to take advantage of the 2 free stamp set special, you get a paper pumpkin in your kit. You don't know which one you're going to get, so it's like a mystery. But you also get a paper pumpkin box in addition to everything else that is in your starter kit. You pay $99, it's $125 worth of product, which is a discount itself. Plus you get free shipping on your demonstrator starter kit, and you get to pick out 2 free stamp sets of your choice, at least through Monday. So you can learn more about that on my website at lovenstamps.com under the Join My Team tab if you're interested. So, Sue says next month's paper pumpkin looks very interesting. I absolutely agree. The Beyond the Horizon is the what's coming for that. And I think that one will be a lot of fun. It's just a beautiful paper, a beautiful like theme and so forth all around. So, right, guys. Well, I hope that you have a super fabulous weekend. Hope that if you're waiting for your paper pumpkin, it's come or should come in the next couple of days, and you guys can get started on making your very own of these projects. Paper pumpkin really is easy. It's everything you need comes in this orange box, except scissors and sometimes some adhesive. The only thing we added this month was a pack of thick white cardstock. And it's a great thing to take like if you're going out of town. So spring break is coming up. If you're headed someplace, you just pack this in your luggage. It doesn't weigh very much, and then have some crafting time where you're at. They also make great gifts if you know someone who is kind of excited about crafting and would like to do something creative. I would highly recommend a paper pumpkin. You can get prepaid subscriptions for them, which I didn't even mention, but during celebration you still get your celebration gifts with a prepaid paper pumpkin subscription. So, all right. I didn't have a chance to show my star clips. Let's see. Do you guys want to see those? I'll take you on. Oh my gosh, you're going to see everything messy here. But I will flip you out if I can and show you. Here we go. Our fabulous thing. I think, let's see. Can I switch this around? There we go. All of these little star clips that I made for the jazz band dinner dance. So they're little tiny clips, and they're going to go on plates. So this is an old Stampin' Up! Punch, but a good fun thing to have in your collection. So anyway, All right, guys, that is us for Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Make sure you let us know what kind of crafty, fun, creative things you have for this weekend planned, and I'll see you on Monday with another tutorial. So happy stamping. Have a wonderful weekend.